And it's now time to put the spotlight on the jewelry stocks. This is the week, at least for the last few weeks, Kalyan Jewellers has seen a very sharp drop. So in this backdrop, one wonders whether Titan is the only game in town.
Well, before we get to the jewelry space, I think for many times we have seen in the markets, you're searching for the next big HDFC bank. At times, IndusInd Bank's valuation went towards that, and then again, it moved away. In the past, we've seen Kitex Garments. That one ran up, valuations got very, very hefty, and then it cooled off again. And the other one, the recent example is Titan as well as Kalyan, which gives you that question whether form is temporary, but class is permanent. Let me explain it in further detail. And that's where we focus on the jewelry theme itself, because it appears, at least as of now, that in the jewelry theme, maybe Titan is all that glitters, and that could be the reason why it trades at these sort of multiples. But let's pull up that piece first with regard to valuations. You have Kalyan, that in fact, the valuation moved up, and at one point of time on a valuation basis, well, it was more expensive even than Titan. And from there, it's come back down post this recent correction. But that's the kind of run-up that we saw on the stock price, and that's why it made it rather expensive. And in the past, you've seen various companies. They promised they're going to be the next big theme, whether it was PC Jewelers, Gitanjali Gems, you had Tara Jewels, all of them, they glittered for a little bit, but they deceived ultimately. And that's why Titan, it seems, gets that sort of a multiple. So all that glitters, is it just Titan? Titan trades at around 65 times or thereabouts. And time and again, people say, well, it's not trading cheap. But does it deserve that sort of a multiple? A few factors at play. One, Titan, it appears it's acquainted with trust. Whether it's a shareholder, whether it's with regard to the customer, you normally associate Titan with the high pedigree, the good management out there. Next up, you want to be in a sector which has a tailwind. And the jewelry sector, it seems it has that sort of a tailwind because it's at around a 5 lakh crore in terms of a total market size. Organized players, well, they are at around 40%, but in the last 6 years, that organized share as a percentage of the market has moved up. So you have the industry tailwind because the industry has grown by around 8 to 9% in the last 6 years and is expected to grow at a faster clip from here on. And you have the additional tailwind of unorganized moving to organized. And Titan, it seems they have the ability to adapt to the customer. Started off as a watches company, went into jewelry, then they were targeting the youth. They are also into IWM. And of late, they've made a couple of inorganic acquisitions, case in point being Carrot Lane, and also trying to focus on the ethnic part of business, the sari part of business via Taneria. Short point is the ability to adapt to what the customer wants is something that makes them stand out. And if you look at all those industries that they were in, there's a large unorganized market, which makes a case for them to further penetrate just by the pure shift of unorganized to organized. Now, you're talking about growth, and everyone's wondering, what about growth? Since the industry is going to grow, well, Titan will also participate in that growth. And currently, it has around 8% of the market, and they've indicated they want to go to double digits. And in 2022, they said they want to double the base, the jewelry revenue base, by 2027. Last few years, they've done very, very well. So now they need to do maybe mid-teens to get to that number. In an economy which is growing by mid-single digits, 5 to around 7%, depending on what kind of estimates you're working with, this one's going to grow at around 15 to 20%. So the question is Titan the only stock that people want to play from the jewelry space? Going by past records, it appears all that glitters is Titan. Rahul, I wanted your view on this one. Titan, the stock is corrected, I think, close to around 15% from the recent peak. And time and again, everyone's been searching for the next Titan, whether